Alright, so here we are at the round 6 of OXCR's 2020 season. We're at a new track this week, a track I had never raced at before, called Motosports in Toolsboro, Kentucky. I guess it's a riding area that you can ride at. Set up a race here. It has a, you'll see here in a minute, it has a somewhat of a motocross track. It's looked like a pretty good place to ride. Got a pretty good start here. Trying to pull out here a little bit. Chad's pretty much right on me. So we're pulling away here. These grass track sections I thought were really fun. Went through kind of two big grass track sections before we dive in the woods here. This is actually on the restart. We've already all ran a lap. I guess, I think in like the expert row, I think somebody blew the tape and of course we had to restart, everybody got lost. So yeah, I know, I bypassed that pro line there on the first lap. Probably shouldn't have. I had the lead, and then when I come up around the out route, I no longer have the lead. So that was a dumb move. Sometimes I'll just wait on the pro line to try it the first lap, just because in the past I've had a lot of bad luck with heading up the pro line and then there'd be bikes wrecked on it, and I still let people by me. So I didn't really even look at it the first time around, and it was clear, and should have took it. That's okay, live and learn. So got a couple people on my row ahead of me, but I don't think anybody in my class. Conditions in the woods were actually, I thought they were really good. Dust was not bad in the woods at all. There was a little bit of moisture in the ground, good traction. The track was fairly easy. What I noticed right away was that it took a while to start passing people. We're at a track like Death Valley, for instance, I was passing people right away. So this was a more open, faster track, a little bit easier, and so I think people got spread out quicker. This was one tight little kind of section here that kind of got a little bit harder as the day went on. As always, I like this new tight stuff in the woods. I ride a lot of tight stuff, so I think it's fun to have a little bit of this on a track, even the fast tracks. So basically, for a while, I'm just kind of following. I didn't really hear anybody behind me too close. I think I probably let Brent and Chad by me when I took that out route instead of the pro line, and then the guy that's ahead of me, I think I let him by me too, because I had the whole shot at that point, and now I don't. This section here looks like it was fairly new also. It kind of looked like they might have just taken a Bobcat and kind of pushed the woods open. Some of it looked new and some of it, you could tell, had been ridden. But it was kind of flowy through here. Some really tight switchbacks here. A couple of places you don't really kind of expect, and they kind of, like this one right here, kind of turns and goes almost the opposite direction. Here after a minute or two, I kind of start itching to get by and find a place to get by up here in a little bit. Definitely some rocks in this trail for sure, or in this track. About a Got a few of them, and was kind of wishing I had about a pound or two more of air pressure in my tires. There was some pretty nasty square edge rocks in a few spots. One of them's coming up here in a little bit. Yeah, the dirt, as you can tell, kind of went from like normal dirt to almost like red clay, kind of back and forth depending on where you were. Then there were a few sections it was almost more like sandy. Fast little section here, nice little berm there. Wasn't sure whether that was a little hotline or whether I would be able to sneak by there, and that was just a little hotline I didn't know about. This little section here was full of some pretty nasty rocks. If you didn't pick the right line through there, you definitely felt it. It's real fast up here. This section got a little bit dusty if you were following people, but overall the dust wasn't bad at all in the woods. The track, it got really bad on the track, but the woods were good. Start cruising up through here. Nice off-camera trails here. Kind of dusty and powdery up in this area. We coming up on a big downhill here. Going on with my front brakes, I have filled with them several times now, and it seems like 5 minutes into the race and my front brakes completely fade and go away, and my lever gets really mushy, so I'm gonna work on that in the next week or two. Kind of an uneasy feeling when you got these long, rocky downhills like this, and your front brakes definitely are not right. I've heard of some other people riding KTMs complaining about brakes doing this exact same thing what mine are doing right now. So I'm seeing here we're catching up to some people all of a sudden. I figured this is going to give me an opportunity to sneak by here somewhere. Everybody kind of bunched up. And on this little downhill, I took an alternate line there and jumped a little rock there and was able to sneak by. And then just about had a rock take me out right there. Got Joey there right in front of me. Another rider right to him, trying to sneak by here and not let the other guy back by. A little alternate line there ends up working out. And we'll try to catch back up with Joey. Ditch coming up right where Joey's getting ready to go through. Well, I tell you what, I think I bottomed my front suspension out probably just about every lap on that. Even after I knew it was there, I still would end up bottoming out. It was just getting kind of worse every time you went through it. There was a couple of them like that where you bottom your front end out just about every time. This is kind of a fun little section. Kind of the creek area here, except for this little line right here. That is kind of a pain every single time, but I think that was the best line through there. Getting ready to go into another faster section of the track. Some more grass track up on the hill up here, and then we'll get out onto the motocross track. Kind of a fun little high-speed section. So now we're going to jump onto the motocross track, and it's pretty hard pack and hard, dry, and dusty. Yeah, I know. I should jump this double right here, but the first time I came over it was pretty wet, so I thought, yeah, probably not try to double it that first time. Well, I don't know where that guy came from, but he was moving. Yeah, this uphill here was pretty bad if you were following me. Zach makes a pretty hard fall up here at the top of this thing. See on his onboard. It's not on the first lap, but we might throw it in as a highlight. I don't think I mentioned it, but I placed first in Masters class today at this race. Zach placed first in Expert bike, so we were able to bring home 2 first places this weekend. Coming down the hill here, and this is just about a lap. So overall, track had a little bit of everything. A little bit of some woods, some motocross track, and some grass track. So fast, pretty fun track. Kind of a boring first lap, but that's what it is. Thanks for watching.